So now I've cleaned up the face a little bit, took out some of the rough spots and some of the fuzzies, and made a little bit bigger area to add the eyes. Now, um, the the eyes are set a little closer to the side of the face than they would be in a human face, but we have a skinny stick, and that's just kind of the way the measurements go. Um, we will draw a football shape for each eye, and the distance from the inside to the outside of the eye, each eye, should be equal to each other, of course, but also be equal to the distance from the inside of the left eye to the inside of the right eye. Um, I'm trying to leave your field of vision open so you can see me drawing each eye, and that's a good way to draw it anyway. Um, be careful not to cover up one or the other while you're drawing, like this or this with me because I'm left-handed. Um, just so you can get the eyes balanced the same size and same shape. So now we have a nice, hopefully, eye-shaped oval on each side and something we can carve. In carving the eyes, I'm going to first trace around the outside of each eye with my carving knife. And be careful not to let that knife slip down the side of the eye and make a big unnecessary line somewhere you don't want it. Now I'll take the V tool and try to follow that cut around, deepening a groove around the top and the bottom of the eye. Here's another thing that I do occasionally. I have a set of punches that are 3 different shapes and a lot of different sizes that are made specifically to outline different sorts of eyes. Sometimes when I have an especially tough piece of wood or I want to go through this process a little more quickly, I'll use those punches. Some people might think that's cheating, but I don't. Anything that can help you get through this carving, getting out most of the wood quickly, I think is a good thing. But if you're going to make your own eyes, this is the way you do it. Now, so I have eye shapes on both sides, and I brought them out a decent amount. I'm going to now carve in pupils and irises at the corners of the eyes. We're going to make him look like he's looking one way or another. Let me make sure I hold this. This is a very small cut. This is another variation of a chip cut. I want to take out as smoothly as I can a piece of the eye. Both now and at the end of carving. Usually with these carvings, I'll finish them eventually with some sort of varnish or lacquer and shellac. Depends on the wood. But I'm going to cut the corner of the eye out of each eye, and then, just so we can see this as I'm going through the rest of the carving, I'm going to darken that with a pencil. So you can see he's kind of giving something a side eye there, right? Okay. The last step in this process of carving the eyes is to hollow out the sockets a little bit beneath the eye, take away from those high cheek areas, and give that some of that back to the eye. So I'll draw lines under, that'll be these eye socket lines under each side of the eyes, and carefully take a little bit out. And now we have eye sockets. Okay. One thing you'll notice too is you do this slowly but carefully as you add details. This funny looking figure that you started with takes shape, and eventually the shape just of a face just kind of appears. Yeah? And that's starting to happen now. So now we have some proper eyes, or at least a start. One more thing that I'd like to do with the eye itself is deepen the area at the corners of the eyes. And this is, need to be careful with this too, because you're getting really close to the eye itself. And if you're not, you might take a piece of the eye out that you really don't want out. So I'll do this on both sides of the eye. And sometimes it's being a little stubborn with me right now, so I'll do this. Sometimes you might need to clean that up. The V-tools can be used for that pretty well. And one more touch. We will add some brown creases coming up from the eye into the forehead on both sides. Yep. And we eventually are going to have hair, including eyebrow hair. So I'm going to lower this forehead just a little bit to cause the eyebrows, or that area, to stand out. Now we have a place that we can add hair to later and give our guy a little bit more realistic look. And now I put frown lines in, so I'm going to give him some more worry wrinkles up here on his forehead. Gives a little more character to the carving. And that's what it looks like at this point. It's beginning to take shape. You can at least see a face, right?